weekend? What's your impression of it?
No, I haven't seen the wicket. I've only seen the edges of it. The Hessian's been on the whole time, but the little bits that we do see, it seems very green, but I think they're keeping the Hessian on, I'm presuming, because they think it's a little bit drier than they would hope.
What have you been working on in the last few days to improve the performance of the team? What will be the main thrust of what you've been doing?
I think we're just trying to keep it a bit as upbeat as possible. Obviously, we're very disappointed in the performance that we put in, and everyone's hurting, and we're disappointed with the performance we put in for the fans and things back home. But as a unit, bowlers bowl well in patches. We're just got to be a bit more consistent, and as a batting unit, we need to be able to leave outside the off stump and let them bowl at us, because a lot of the deliveries that the Australians did bowl weren't even hitting the stumps when they got us out. So, me included, just play a lot tighter than we did in Brisbane.
How much the problem is mental as opposed to technical, do you think?
I think so. We play a lot of cricket now, and I think the mental side of the game is the biggest part that we need to. The mental shift, and I think that's the biggest thing, and still working hard on your game, but still trying to keep as confident as possible.
Jesse? I've got no reason to think Chris Martin was ever in doubt for this match, but now that Hughes has been confirmed to the team, will Chris be taking a new ball?
Oh, I guess we've got 3 new ball bowlers in the side, so we'll just have to wait and see. He was probably the most consistent bowler out of the team, and things. So no. We'll just have to wait and see.
Are you surprised that Australia retained Phil after how you got him the same way in both innings?
No, not at all. I think he's a gutsy and a fighting batsman. They've got a game against India on Boxing Day Test just around the corner. I'm sure every Australian player wants to play in that match, and I'm sure Phil Hughes will go out there to get a big score in this next match. And he wasn't that long ago where he scored an 88 against South Africa, which was an outstanding innings, and put Australia on the front foot in that first innings.
Mark, are you going unchanged as well?
We'll pick the same 12, but more than likely go with the same side.
And just on your own game, are you feeling a bit of heat yourself with your performance to lift the guys in this test?
Yeah, I guess any captain who you want to lead from the front, and I'm no different. A poor shot just before lunch in the first innings, and a nervous poke in the second innings. It's disappointing to get out those ways, but you've got to try and put those to the side. And you never like getting out, but I guess you just got to get out there and front up and get through the first 20 or 30 balls, and hopefully it'll get a lot easier from there.
David?
Mate, the fact that Australian team of Brisbane had 3 new caps, one guy with 4, one guy with 5, did that make what transpired in the two batting performances hurt more than if it had been, say, an Australian team of half a dozen years ago, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I think any time you play Australia, you know it's going to be tough. Just the fact that we talk a lot about fighting, and we didn't show as much fight as we would have liked. That was probably the disappointing thing about it. We played some good cricket, but then we played some very average cricket at that. So I think any loss is disappointing, but that one there, it just had a little bit more of a hit home a little bit harder than probably some other losses we've had.
Back on Philip Hughes, are you happy to see him in the side? I mean, you guys know exactly how to get him out.
I made a tongue-in-cheek comment that was made probably a bit more about than probably should have been, but he's still a world-class opener. He's still got 300s for Australia, and he's got a few 50s. He scored runs against us in the past, and he scored more runs than I did in the last game. So I'm sure he'll be fine.
Ross, Michael Clark made a bit about the impact of IPL that's having on his players, and particularly this time around the injuries. In terms of the black caps and focus being the issue, do you think the IPL's still in the back of your minds in terms of technique, patience, etc., etc.? You're calling on your players to really knuckle down here in terms of Test match cricket?
IPL's 4 months away. It shouldn't even come into anybody's mind. But Test cricket is about knuckling down, and I guess giving the bowlers the first couple of hours if need be. I wouldn't even think a lot of our players IPL would be coming into it. It definitely hasn't come into my mind, and IPL is definitely no excuse for the way we played in the last game.